Water wars don't serve anyone. They're bad. There's no winners of a water war, except lawyers. The second piece is South Florida can't steal North Florida's water because North Florida's got more guns. And the third piece of this, though, is that the important thing for the average Floridian to understand is that this water crisis is not limited to South Florida, and it's not just an urban versus rural conflict. The community in Florida that is suffering the most right now from the absence of a smart water policy is Apalachicola. And so it's not Miami, it's not Fort Lauderdale, it's not Tampa or Orlando, it's Apalachicola and the hardworking men and women who depend on Apalachicola Bay for their lives.
Let's talk about that. That involves more than the state of Florida. That involves upstream in the Apalachicola River. Talk about that and the impact on Florida and even the Gulf of Mexico.
You know, the community of Apalachicola really finds themselves in a sort of the epicenter of the bureaucratic crisis that comes from some of these water issues. You have 3 states involved, Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. You have the city of Atlanta involved in terms of withdrawing water from the Chattahoochee River to support their explosive population growth. And you have a situation where you have a very small county and a very small community struggling to have their voice heard. And so that's something that we've really made a priority and elevated, and the governor certainly has elevated it by filing suit in the U.S. Supreme Court against the state of Georgia to resolve some of these issues. But the situation there is one where there has been a long-term, prolonged drought condition in the southeastern United States that has substantially reduced the flow of fresh water into Apalachicola Bay that the oysters depend on and that all the jobs that are built around that seafood industry then depend on. This is one that Florida needs to continue to make a high priority to save those jobs and protect our panhandle communities.